12 o'clock, we got UT Martin, who's 4-2. I know you're thinking, why am I talking about UT Martin this late in the season? But they are traveling to number 3 Tennessee, and everyone give a round of applause to Tennessee. Even if you weren't a Tennessee fan, you were last weekend. Literally every single person I knew, except for Bob. Take the L, Bob. Massive L to my friend Bob, who's an Alabama fan. What an absolute loser. Imagine being an Alabama football fan. Alabama and Georgia football fan. Just like picking two teams and rooting for them. Honestly, absolute buffoonery. I don't respect it. I don't. And I can't wait till Georgia loses 2 games and Alabama loses 2 games and they get eliminated from playoff contention. Wait till my Gators next weekend, Bob. Wait till the Gators. I'm going to chomp you up. But UT Martin traveling to number 3 Tennessee, and everyone give a round of applause to Tennessee because they beat Alabama last weekend, and everyone cheered because no one wanted Alabama to win that football game. Everyone wanted Tennessee to win. Gosh darn it, they did. It was a close game. Tennessee really tried to give it away at certain points. Alabama, by the way, any Alabama fans complaining about the refs? That's how literally every team that plays you feels that way. Except for they feel a lot worse about the refs because game was called about evenly. I know you're used to you getting a lot advantage in the reffing department, not a whole bunch of advantage in that game. It was called rather evenly. I think you're upset because in the Texas game, like, the refs were so awful and so easily favored you. You were like, oh, that's how reffing's supposed to be. We just get calls that shouldn't go our way. Roughing the passer instead of a safety? We're going to take away the roughing the passer, but we will not give you a safety, even though he was tackled in the end zone. Just like buffoonery by the referees. But, yeah, I hate Alabama. I don't know if I can make that clear enough. Hendon Hooker, hardly know her, for Tennessee so far this year has been, not to me, he hasn't been a surprise to me. I've been raving about him since he was at Virginia Tech. You can go back and you can watch all the videos where I just love on Hendon Hooker because I know how good of a quarterback he is. Literally my best football analysis probably to date is knowing how good of a quarterback Hendon Hooker could be. And me being completely right about it. He's 119 and 170 this year, thrown for 1,817 yards. By the way, that's double than you, Petrus. He has doubled your statistics. He's thrown 24 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions. That's the same amount of interceptions Petrus has thrown. I'm just going to hate on Spencer Petrus for the rest of these videos. I hope you're okay with that, Iowa fans. Jalen Wright on the ground has had 79 carries for 386 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Jalen Hyatt through the air has had 33 catches for 595 yards and 10 touchdowns. So, I know what you're thinking. This is going to be a walk in the park for Tennessee, and it very likely will be. Sorry if I have like a cough or a sneeze. I am getting over a cold right now, so that's a lot of fun. But honestly, Tennessee is a really good football team. This is a football team that I think is going to give Georgia a legitimate fight this year. Georgia, by the way, I would be feeling scared as a Georgia fan because you got your 3 hardest games, I would argue, are still on your schedule. I mean, arguably, Oregon's a good football team, but you still have Tennessee to play. You still have a Kentucky team that, when healthy, is going to be a tough team to beat. And Florida, while not playing the greatest right now, has lost 3 heartbreakers. A close one to Kentucky, a close one to Tennessee, and a close one to LSU. They are losing close football games, which just kind of shows you that this is not a bad football team. This is just a good football team that's catching some bad breaks every now and then. So they should give Georgia a fight, especially considering it's Georgia. It should be a big rivalry game. Tennessee has some tough games coming up as well. Again, still has to play Georgia, still has to play Kentucky. And by the way, Mizzou's not a cakewalk either, Tennessee. Georgia would like to let you know that. Missouri's not going to let you just walk over them. So, it's going to be tough. I mean, there's some good teams left on Tennessee's schedule. So this is a good break. After a big Alabama win, you still have to play some tough football teams up ahead. But this is a good little respite for Tennessee fans. UT Martin. I expect Tennessee to win and cover the 38.5 point spread. By the way, it's on the SEC Network.